we're going to catch up with William Martin, the owner of Southern Exchange Company, a proud partner with Georgia Southern Athletics, and a really, really good partner with Georgia Southern Athletics.
I got that
shirt
from here. Yeah, this is one of my
There's
favorite
no doubt.
shirts.
I love that one.
I do. This is one of my
I
favorite.
think I told you about that, and then you stole it.
Yeah, I did, and I got a gray one, too.
But we're going to talk to William Martin. He has been traveling. We talk about we travel a lot. William has been traveling a lot.
Yeah, I want to hear about this long trip that he took to get a special wood carving, if you will. I think it might have been done out of a you've seen those people do with the chainsaws where they carve things?
Uh-huh.
I think it might have been done with that. I'm not sure. And then, but what I also want to ask him on is because last week was, actually just recently here the other day, was would have been Coach Irk Russell's birthday.
Right.
And on William's wall, he hired somebody when he first got the facility to come in and paint a mural of Coach Russell that I absolutely love. And it is symbolic of Coach Russell because that shirt, he's standing there with his hands on his hips and those shorts, and I've seen that personally, and William, that was awesome, brother.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you weren't on the air. So.
Okay, good.
Hey, by the way, you didn't have a baby last week or
No, but
just checking. Did you know?
Wait, there's a butt coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
no, but you got his middle name from Terry,
Right.
Edward. You know what my middle name is?
Tell me it's Nathan.
No, Lacy.
No
I didn't
way.
know that.
No, we added an E when we split from your family. Yeah,
Wow.
That's why everybody adds the E.
Your middle name is Lacy.
Yeah,
I love it.
and that's my daughter's first name. But yeah, that's my middle name and my dad's middle name.
History
bad.
making day. We've learned all kind of things here. In case you ever
love
wanted to
middle
know.
names.
I do. Oh, yeah, I do. So I like the stories behind middle names.
Yeah, me too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
William Lacy Martin.
I like it.
Nathan
That's got a good
Edward
flow.
Lacy. Wow.
We're talking with William Martin, the owner of Southern Exchange Company, and there's a lot of different things we're going to cover over the next little bit. But one thing that I know you are huge on is really ingraining yourself in Eagle Nation, and you've been doing a lot of fun the last couple of weeks on social media of showing where the shop has come from to where it is now.
Right.
Of getting the pool table in that became the hat table. Then, like Terry was talking about, putting up the pictures of before, during, and after of the mural going up. Why was it so important when you guys got here to Statesboro to ingrain yourself so much in Eagle Nation?
Really, the biggest thing is when you come and you visit, and we talk to parents and people that visit all the time. The thing you realize is we have more tradition here than just about any school in the country. It doesn't matter the size of the school. We have more passion and more tradition than most, and we have a very passionate, some might say insane, but I wouldn't, but some people would, fan base who are very proud of the school, first and foremost, the athletic accomplishments, and the people who came before and laid the groundwork. And so when we came in, that was the biggest thing we wanted to do was make that a focal point of everything we did.
All right, we've got to start with the trip across the country to get the wood carving of the eagle that is now in the store.
Yeah, Doc,
because coincidentally, and it was around the passing of Doc Spurgeon.
Yeah.
When it got back to Statesboro. And so take us through that story of how did you find the eagle? How did you get to the eagle? And then how in the world did you get that thing back?
I'll try and make this relatively brief.
Oh, we've got plenty of time. This
Okay,
is a
good.
podcast.
Yeah. Who's listening?
Whoever you want to.
So last year, 1 year ago, we took a trip to Fairbanks, Alaska, on a whim to go see a concert.
Okay, that's another story because you wake up, hey, honey, you want to go to a concert this weekend? Yeah, where? Well, I did notice that so and so's playing in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Could be Savannah, Alaska. Which one you want?
I don't know.
In August.
I've always wanted to
Fairbanks.
see. Fairbanks.
okay.
100%.
Who was the concert? Do you remember?
Foo Fighters.
Ooh.
Foo Fighters? You mean they don't play south of there anywhere?
Well,
anywhere closer?
Well, just had a tragedy this year.
Okay.
Probably not going to be playing a lot in the future.
So Fairbanks, Alaska was
Fairbanks,
worth the trip.
I told my wife, Christy, I want to go to Fairbanks to go see Foo Fighters. And she said, I'll go, but I'm not spending 2 days. We're going to spend a week. So we flew to Fairbanks, went and saw Foo Fighters. Part of our week, we visited a lot of different areas and spots and saw different things. And we found a 6-foot-tall eagle in an antique store that had been chainsawed by a carver from China on an exchange program. He was an ice carver who got stuck there because of COVID. He was on a visa and couldn't get back home. So he started carving wood with his chainsaw.
Wow.
So I negotiated with the antique store and said, I need to get this eagle back to Statesboro, Georgia from Fairbanks. How can I do this? And she researched it and told me how much it would cost to put it on a truck and get it to us. And I said, these people are passionate, but they're probably not going to get this eagle back from Fairbanks, Alaska. It was pretty costly to get it back. So came back home. In a former life, I spent 4 years in Wisconsin working and met a lot of really great artists and people up there. Really outdoor sort of area. And there was a young lady who worked for me as an artist where I worked. And I texted her, messaged her when we got back and sent her pictures and said, isn't this awesome? I want one for the store so bad I can't stand it. And she said, I've been interested in kind of experimenting and playing around with carving wood with chainsaws.
And she just so happened to have a chainsaw
and a block of wood.
This young lady works, I say young, she's younger than me, but she works full-time as an artist, but she lives with her husband on 40 acres. They raise all their own food and chickens. She has a studio that she paints and does sculptures and all kinds of stuff. Wow. It's very interesting. They built their own cabin that we stayed in while we stayed there. So she said, I want to start playing around with this. I'll carve something. If you don't like it, you don't have to get it. I said, if you carve it, I will drive the 20 hours from Statesboro to Ladysmith, Wisconsin, and pick it up.
If you carve it,
he will come.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's closer than Fairbanks.
We did.
Correct.
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit. So she started sending me her progress on it. She cut down a 6.5 foot tall piece of basswood, drug it to her house, propped it up, and started carving. And I posted pictures as she was going through it, and it just was coming out amazing. So then she said, okay, it's done. What do you think? I said, okay, well, let's work up a date and we'll drive up. So we took a 4-day weekend and spent 40 hours on the road driving and coming back and loaded up a 6.5 foot tall eagle in the back of the Chevy and made it back.
How much does this thing weigh?
300 pounds.
Oh.
Don't look at me when he said 300. I've been on a diet. I've lost a few pounds.
Speaking of which, had I known we would have been live, I would have worn something with vertical stripes.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful part of this table.
You so have been watching,
right. Right.
stripes versus up and down. That's why I didn't wear any.
I got you.
Yeah, that's why we're from the waist up. Now, Fairbanks, Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
You remember I was just telling a story about the TV show that Howie Mandel
Yes.
called BS.
Yes.
And if I didn't know you, I would sit here and wonder, is this
anybody else?
Is this real or BS? That's a good story. I mean, Fairbanks, you go up there to see the Foo Fighters for a concert on a whim, stay for a week, happen to walk into an antique store. There's a 6 to 9 foot eagle that's been carved with a chainsaw from a guy from China who got stuck in Fairbanks because of COVID. And you just so happen to know somebody who's living off the grid in Wisconsin who always wanted to play with the chainsaw and had a big piece of tree in the backyard and said, you know what, why not?
Terry Harvin, how much do you like stories?
That's beautiful.
But
I love a story.
We're in the storytelling business.
Exactly.
That's what we do every day.
Thank you.
That's
Hold
what
on.
we do at
Can you say that again, please? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Say it.
We are in the storytelling business.
So for those of you who are looking for a great place for your brand, Georgia Southern Sports Properties would be that brand. Because of why, William?
We are in the business of telling stories.
And I would love to tell your story. Here you go.
By the way, Christy is confirming that Fairbanks is real.
Oh, I know it's real, but she's confirming the story's real.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can guarantee you that if anybody's a liar in our family, it's not Christy Martin.
Well, you guys are also music buffs because you mentioned the concert, so I'm really not surprised because I do know them because one night, Lori and I are at an establishment in downtown Statesboro, just off the Blue Mile, and there's a concert going on at the Averett Center, and we found out about it. They're having a pre, and he just so happened to have a couple tickets on the front row. Next thing I know, we're on the front row of this concert having a really good time with them. It was a great time.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
So where is the Doc Eagle in the store now?
So his rightful place is on the right hand of Irk.
There you go.
So
have you had many fans come in and take selfies?
Yeah,
with
we've had a few people come in and check it out. So I can't wait for football season to get started and everybody be able to get in town and check it out. It's pretty cool.
We need to get the radio crew over there and take a selfie with the Eagle.
Just need to make sure Frank knows he can't climb on it.
Yeah, no. Frank will probably try to autograph it or something.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see him lift his leg as high as the Eagle because he can do that.
Yeah. He showed it at our wedding.
Yeah. That's another story.
We talked about the mural of Coach Russell and all the Georgia Southern lore on the wall. Was that something that you kind of gave the artist, this is exactly what I want, or is it, hey, I want something to do with Coach Russell, and he just kind of ran with it?
And where did the artist come from? Sorry,
it's an artist that's pretty well known.
Well, he's actually another person I worked with in Athens when we were there, and he did contract work. And one of his contract jobs that he would do is murals for CBS, and he would do. For several years, he would do the big backdrop murals for interviews with players they would do. So Gronkowski would be being interviewed, and he'd have a huge mural of himself or Patriots or whoever behind him. And that's one of the things. They would fly him to wherever the Super Bowl was. He would paint these murals, and then they would auction them off afterwards.
It's crazy.
Back in the early days of Southern Exchange, before we were anything, it was an empty building. One of the problems that we didn't know was a problem at the time was filling space. I look back at those old pictures and wonder, how did we survive? Because there's nothing in here. And at the time, we thought, it's pretty full. We got a lot of stuff. But one of the things that we did was I needed something to take up wall space. And what a perfect spot I want to do. And so I mocked it up for him. I said, I want to do a larger than life painting of Coach Russell. And I want to do freedom next to him on this wall. That's what I'm seeing. So he came down on a Saturday morning. We went and bought paint at Hobby Lobby. And he spent the night locked up in our store overnight, empty store, working and painting it all night long, and went back home the next day.
We're talking with William Martin from Southern Exchange, that great place right next to the legendary Dingus McGee's. And now that I'm older, I'm in Southern Exchange more than I am in Dingus McGee's, by the way.
I believe it.
But one of my favorite places. You talked about goods and items, and you're all in. You become that place the Georgia Southern fans like to go to, in particular because you're next to that legendary Dingus McGee's, where we all went to when we were in college there. Again, you've embraced the traditions, and what I enjoy about working with you is your flexibility. Coming up with an idea, brainstorming. We've called each other up. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? But then also your willingness to give back. So as a partner, we really appreciate that from an athletic standpoint. I know the coaches come in there. They bring recruits in there. Other people go in there, players, and certainly the fans do. And you've also become quite known for your Christmas ornaments.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, one of my wife's favorites. Make sure I go by there and get some Christmas ornaments, though. So going through that process, finding out, like you said, you can feel like you have too much, but still doesn't seem to be enough. But you have everything in there. And one more thing I'll get to, and I'm going to let you answer it all. You got into TikTok. Okay, well, your employees have.
The employees have.
He's made an appearance at a couple.
They wrote me in. I'm a special guest every once in a while. Yeah.
TikTok. I love it.
Yeah. We kind of figured out we needed to do something on it and get a presence. And so one of the young ladies there at the store said, I'll do it. I'll take it on. And I said, good, because a guy of my vintage does not need to be making TikTok content. And she does, and they are ridiculous and silly and pretty fun. And she has a good time doing it. She gets people involved, and they have a good time. So it's been fun.
One of the things, and Terry talked about it a little bit, you've got so many different things, whether it's exactly what the team has on, whether it's a cool different idea that you've come up with, and you're open. I've been in there when somebody's like, hey, you need to get something like this, and you'll be there and almost help draw it out for them.
My own daughter, the trucker hats.
Right.
She wanted trucker hats. And then she said to me, they got trucker hats up there. I'm like, yeah, I know. Am I right? Remember, it was a baseball game. Hey, trucker hats. I'm bringing over pictures. Hey, this is what the sororities and the fraternities, especially the sororities, were wearing.
Well, one of the things that filled up the store over time is just listening to people. And when you get more than one or two people that start talking about something, you should listen and say, yeah, maybe I should do something about that.
Wait a minute. That's a novel idea.
Yeah.
What you're telling me is that as a business owner, that one of your strategies is to listen to your customer.
That's in general.
Whoa, stop it.
I know. It's
call Forbes up right now. We got to write a whole
I was about to say, you're hitting all the Terry Harvin School of Business.
And you really are. This is beautiful here.
I tried ignoring him for a long time, and then I thought, you know what? Let's try something a little different.
I just like keep nipping at his heels, Hey. That's awesome.
All right, I'm going to ask you two things. What's the craziest thing that somebody has said you need to get, Georgia Southern-wise? And what is the thing that somebody suggested that you're like, I don't know if that's going to work, and ended up being a hit?
Make it family friendly. Please.
Right, yeah.
Wow. Good question.
Because I'm sure people come in and just throw out the most absurd things.
No, I don't. I mean other people.
Yeah, others.
The hardest thing is we do get asked for a lot of things that I wish we could bring in, but for one reason or another, space being one. I just had a request actually today on a private message on our social media. Somebody had posted the GS logo with an additional couple of letters added to it. A get and a, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I thought, wow, that would do. He's like, this would do well. And I said,
it would.
Yeah, it would do terrific. I'm not sure we could get that approved. But anyway, so yeah, we get some stuff like that. And you get people that are very invested in their thought, their $1 million idea. And so there's some of that you go, okay.
CLC,
we'll take that under advisement. Yeah.
CLC, which is a Learfield company, has the rights or approves the logos and brands.
That's
and helps protect the brand. And William and many others, we're very fortunate here that the partners do protect the brand with us. So get the brand out there, GS. I know that's important to Eagle Nation, and they do a good job with it. And then you also help us maybe go after some of those folks that aren't doing a good job by the brand.
Right.
Because we want on our end to fight for excellence and be as strong or as winning just as Coach Helton wants to on the team, on the field.
Sure.
And what Jared Benko expects and what Dr. Marrero expects, to be blunt. You know what Eagle Nation expects. They expect us to operate at a high level. You do so, and I appreciate that. Now, you talk about listening to the customer. Mm-hmm. Can we take this into sports?
Sure.
You're also one of those places, kind of like the barber shop and the bar, where people come hang out and they talk about it. Snookies used to be this way. So what are you hearing about the football season?
Yeah.
What are you hearing?
Yeah.
What is some of the good stuff?
That happens a lot.
So tell us.
Oh, what am I
on.
hearing?
Yeah, tell us. Come on. It's just us girls here. Come on. We won't tell anyone. What are you hearing out there? What do you think about the team?
You know, I think from my read on what people come in and talk about, there's a lot of excitement. I do not hear much negativity or, the polls are all coming out right now, and ranking anybody before the season even
rank
starts
us last.
is
love it.
I do too. I do too.
Keep us last.
And I think most people have that, have that opinion, and I think most people are really excited about what's going on from everything I'm getting from the trenches, from the retail trenches.
And that's what I love, because you're so invested not only in the business's success, but also Georgia Southern's success. And that's what we talk about a lot. A lot of times in like the multimedia rights side, it can get away from a partnership and more of a transactional thing. But the thing that you stress a lot, and the thing that I know you stress a lot, is that this is a partnership.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just he's on paper a partner with Georgia Southern Athletics, and then it's, okay, this is what you get in a contract. But it's things as simple as, like earlier today, whenever the 40th anniversary logo came out, it was just a couple hours later, I saw on y'all's social media that you were getting cups and stuff ready with the stickers and the decals.
Right.
It's something like that. That's what makes a partnership work, both from the Georgia Southern Sports Property side, but also the Southern Exchange side.
Well, Eagle Nation's been good about that. I mean, meaning that fans and graduates of Georgia Southern have always done a good job of networking.
That's right.
Both of us are very strong in that. We like networking.
That's right.
And that's very consistent with Georgia Southern. You'll see we all get calls, and a Georgia Southern person will call another Georgia Southern person saying, hey, I'm looking for this position. Do you know anybody? And they go, hey, actually, we do. Back on the word partnership, a lot of people use that term, meaning that, hey, William, I just need you to give me money, but I'm going to use the word partnership because it's the cool thing to use.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like transparency, right? But we actually mean it. And one example is William has called me before and said, hey, Terry, this person came in and owns this business, and I think you need to talk to them. William's been in the market for something and called me the other day and said, hey, Terry, I'm in the market for this. Am I allowed to say what?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
He said, hey,
you're going to help a partner, right?
Exactly. He said, hey, Terry, I'm in the market to buy a golf cart. Is Statesboro Golf Carts a partner? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'll give you Josh's name. Let me hook you up with Josh Thompson. Hook those two up, and I guess you're making progress now. And I was able to tell him because I love my golf cart. And we drive it all the time. I've got it decked out. I bought more stickers from you to put on the golf cart. And, we ride all over the place with it and love it. So I was telling about what my experience is like dealing with them, and you need to call them and X, Y, Z. And he's done so. So that's the fun part about what we do. Now, can we shift gears for just a minute?
Sure.
I want to shift it back to you.
Okay.
William, you said you have children.
Yeah, I do. I don't think I said that here, right?
No, you did say
is that for public consumption?
Yeah, as you
Sure.
mentioned.
Yeah, just two.
Just
Right.
two.
Yeah.
Two. How old are they?
Now you're gonna throw me.
Okay.
I'm gonna no. 25 and 23.
All right, and I have three. Young Colin here now has one.
How old are yours?
Madeline is 24. Sarah's 22 now, and then G-Bug Jillian is going to be 19.
Okay.
So she's in year 2 at Southern. Sarah finished University of Georgia, works in Hilton Head, got a job. Yay! And then Madeline finished her master's, and she got a job. Yay! And but both of us fathers for many years.
Yeah, right.
It's been a roller coaster ride.
Sure. No, mine's been smooth as glass.
Oh yeah, sure.
No ups
smooth
and
as your
downs at
head,
all.
right?
That's right. Exactly. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have young daddy here.
Yeah,
Colin,
yeah, sure.
Young daddy. What kind of
Are we
advice
turning
can
into
we...
Dr. Harvin?
We are. What kind of advice can we give him, and how do we steer Nathan to be an Eagle?
We already told him. One of the most important things is singing, of course.
Of course,
and get him into music really early. It's a growth thing.
It is.
Music. I mean,
Sounds good.
Or yeah, sure. Look what it did for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Strangely enough, tie Nathan into Southern Exchange. How we told my parents, who are both Georgia Southern grads, that we were expecting Nathan, I guess 9 months ago now, or ish. We went up to Atlanta for family pictures, and we took a little Georgia Southern onesie from Southern Exchange.
There you go. I love
Tie
it.
it all together.
You tied it all together. And I used to sing to Madeline, by the way, and Sarah and Jillian. They all ended up in chorus. Madeline got a degree from here in music.
Did you sing Foo Fighters?
No, I didn't. It was a lot of Elvis and Harry Connick and whatever.
We're all about culture in our house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had Barney and Teletubbies. So other than that,
The Wiggles.
the Wiggles.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. But as a dad though, for a young child, and I know Eagle Nation can weigh in as well. So congratulate Colin for all of
Absolutely.
us as well. And you got some good parenting suggestions for Colin as a dad that needs to stay awake so that Rachel can have some sleep. We can give him some tips on staying up late at night. Can't we?
That's the one thing you'll learn is everyone has tips about parenting and how to do it the best.
Oh, yes. For sure. And they all contradict each other.
Well, yeah. Yeah, what people don't tell you is every one of those little people are completely different.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, my three girls are totally different. You're right.
Yeah. Ours too, and you just have to roll with it.
Yeah, it's taken me this many years to realize the magical words to my wife of "yes, dear," and also, "what do you think?"
Exactly.
Where would you like to go?
That's right.
But
That's what I do when people make these suggestions at the store. That's what I do as I go home and go, "What do you think?"
what do you think?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's right.
William, really appreciate you joining us. Appreciate everything that you do as a partner for Georgia Southern Athletics and Southern Exchange. If you haven't been there, you're missing out, no doubt. Anytime you're in Statesboro, make sure to stop by Southern Exchange. Follow them on social media. You will be entertained. There is no doubt.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Come see you soon. We'll take a selfie. I'll see if I can get old my buddy Jim Ratcliffe up there because he's an old marketing guy from
that's
Georgia
true.
Southern, and he lives here in Statesboro now. He was the marketing department, by the way. Now we've got, there's 5 of us in our office. Dan Adams, I don't know how many he's got over there. But back when Georgia Southern started football, Jim was the marketing department. The guy. So I'll get him to come by. And if he signs off on it, you're okay.
You good to go? Okay.
You're good to go.
Good. Glad to hear it.
William, appreciate the time, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Later, brother.
Once again, that's William Martin from the Southern Exchange Company just across from campus. We talk about it a lot, true partners with Georgia Southern Athletics and a huge, huge asset to this place.
And like everybody can attest that come down to Statesboro and in Georgia Southern, you become close. It's more than just partnership. You become friends. And so we'll see them out, and we enjoy that. And again, the concert was awesome hanging with them. Like I said, got to see every side to him. And the guy works. I mean, he busts his butt. Now, there's no doubt about it. But we're very fortunate in that aspect to have so many good partners. And I got to tell you, we touched on football a little bit. I am extremely excited about the upcoming football season. We have the women's football clinic is coming up on Friday.